antioxidants in these berries can be compromised. But before I reveal the top secret, if I asked you what an antioxidant-rich food was, what would come to your mind? Antioxidants are substances in the body that protects your body from free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can damage DNA, proteins, and cell membranes. If you were thinking of blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries, then you are right. But did you know that the antioxidants in these berries can be compromised by another fruit?
Right now are calling for a defunding of the police. The Minneapolis City Council just agreed on a bill on this. Do you support defunding and removing police from American communities? And if not, why do you think there's such a hard time being differentiated right now between defunding and reforming police departments?
So, Megan, I think that a big part of this conversation really is about reimagining how we do public safety in America, which I support, which is this. We have confused the idea that to achieve safety, you put more cops on the street, instead of understanding to achieve safe and healthy communities, you put more resources into the public education system of those communities, into affordable housing, into home ownership, into access to capital for small businesses, access to health care regardless of how much money people have. That's how you achieve safe and healthy communities.
Why is this so important? Why am I even bringing this up? Because if you're like me, I love smoothies.
$1 smoothie? You see, I love Jamba Juice, but I'm not spending $7. So I'm gonna be making it with $1 then compare the two to see which one tastes better. Let's get blending. So I got all of the ingredients, which consisted of...
At the end of this discussion today, I'll let you know exactly which fruit can take away the antioxidants from berries. I also want to go over the other foods that have higher antioxidants than berries. But before I reveal the top secret of the food that impacts the antioxidants in berries, let's just go over quickly what type of antioxidant berries have and what you can do if you decide to mix these high antioxidant berries with the fruit that I'm going to mention. The reason why berries are so nutritious for us is because it has an antioxidant called flavonoids, which is a plant pigment and is the antioxidant that's beneficial for our body. And there's a subgroup of flavonoids called flavonols that can help our heart remain strong, prevent irritation in our blood vessels, regulate blood sugar levels, give us better memory, and boost our immune system, as well as improve our moods so we're not cranky all the time. The University of Reading did a test on people who consume foods with high flavonoids, or flavonols, a subgroup of flavonoids, and it was proven that it reduces their blood pressure and improve their memory.
Well, you know the healing benefits of this raw cacao powder. Cacao powder is packed with flavonoids. These nutrients have been shown to help lower blood pressure, improve blood flow to the brain and heart, and aid in preventing blood clots. These flavonoids in cacao powder helps increase insulin sensitivity. What does that mean? It helps reverse insulin resistance.
So it would essentially protect us from getting diseases like cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, and diabetes. This is the big deal, right? So if you didn't think about berries as the answer to my first question, there are other foods that have high flavonol, and that includes dark chocolate, cocoa powder, apples, green tea, black tea, red wine, and citrus fruits. So if you look at this chart here, indicating the foods that have high flavonol content, you can see that apples with their skin, pears, green tea, black tea, pinto beans, kidney beans, and millets had higher flavonols than berries. So the really cool thing about this chart, published by the University of Reading, is that they show the number of servings of these types of fruits or fruit groups that we would need in order to obtain 500 milligrams of flavonols per day. Now the recommendation is for us to at least have 400 to 600 milligrams of flavonol per day in order to be in tip-top shape. So if you look really closely at this chart, you can see how much flavonols there are in a particular food. And then you can see how many servings of this particular food we need to obtain at least 500 milligrams per day. This chart is essentially telling us that we still need to eat higher than 500 milligrams of a particular serving of food in order for our body to absorb at least 500 milligrams. And the reason is because our body processes these foods differently. Each type of food different. And then because there's not just one type of flavanol, there are different types of flavanol. And our body is very complicated. We utilize each type of food differently. So according to this chart, for example, you would have to eat 2.9 cups of blackberries to get at least 500 milligrams of flavanol per day. In comparison, you would need to eat 6.2 cups of blueberries to get 500 milligrams of flavanols. But who would want to eat that many blueberries in one day? 6 cups? Because we know that 1 cup of organic blueberry is about $5 to $6. And also 1 cup of blackberry is also about $5 to $6.
So if you do the math, would you rather spend $18 or $36 for your flavanol requirements?
So better yet, why don't you just have 1 cup of green tea in the morning for breakfast with, let's say, an apple, and then a refresher cup of green tea in the afternoon with, let's say, half a cup of pinto beans or kidney beans for lunch. I think this would cost less than $36 per day for blueberries if you're on a tight budget. And remember I was talking about how much I loved smoothies? Well, the flavanols can also be affected if you're blending and pureeing these types of foods. And the reason is because an increased exposure to oxygen degrades flavanols inside of your foods. So the recommendation is to eat these foods whole.
Want to see how actually the tea tastes like when I eat the leaves. So you can actually, after each brewing, you can eat the leaves. I suggest you to always use organic tea, as then no pesticides are used, and sometimes the pesticides, they can be in the leaves of the tea.
Now remember that one fruit I wanted to tell you about that can affect flavanol levels in berries? This one fruit contains polyphenol oxidase, PPO, that can rapidly decrease the amount of flavanols in berries if mixed together. And this one fruit is
bananas in pajamas.
Bananas, similar to that of avocados. When these fruits, bananas and avocados, are exposed to air or oxygen, it goes through a process called enzymatic browning. And the browning of these fruits produces polyphenol oxidase, PPO. And what makes these fruits get exposed to air quickly other than you opening it and leaving it out on your counter? Pulverizing and pureeing these fruits. And then you're causing them to create a lot of PPO. And then if you're adding the PPO to berries that have flavanols, it's going to take away the flavanols from the actual fruit. Then you're essentially ridding that once healthy smoothie from all of the antioxidants that it contains. Well, I hope you enjoyed my discussion today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll check back later with you on my next discussion. Bye!